Hey, Brian, did you change your icon, Brian? Hi, Harrison. 8 watching already. Looks good, Brian. Looks good. You guys are good for. You're in for a good show tonight because my cheeks already hurt from laughing so much. I haven't even started the show. It's gonna be a good one. Brian.
It's backwards.
Is it?
Yeah, it's going up backwards.
No, not here.
No? No? Oh, okay, good.
Okay. Hotmail. You're so funny.
Whatever, it's that or Outlook. I'm not doing Gmail.
Really funny.
Everything else I have is Hotmail, so.
Do you need a drink or anything? No, okay. Thanks. Do you remember Everything Trains 13's name? Everything Trains 13. Give me the first letter of your name.
Oh, I want to say it's Brandon.
No. Give me the first letter. I'm usually good at this.
What is it?
E. It's not
Not
Ethan.
Eric.
Not Ethan.
Eric?
No. Ah, is it?
Ethan.
No.
You said not. It's not Ethan. Ethan.
Is it Elias? EL. Oh, Elijah. Is it Elijah? Hey, Sparky. Elijah.
Elijah. I'll remember that.
Who's on here? Hey, Lauren, Brandon. Hey, guys, just got back from the field. Big soccer game tonight, I guess.
Military.
Yeah.
Oh. Sorry. Oh, man.
It's a comedy show, remember? Playing comedy.
Oh, right. Yes.
15 watching already. And it's not even 8 o'clock yet. It's pretty good.
24. For the next 5 minutes, you're going to watch me look at messages on my phone. I mean, I guess I could talk. Special guest tonight. That's why there's so much room over here, because special guest.
Who could it be? The screen's a little wonky, so I'm having a hard time reading.
Why is everything in N scale here?
I don't know. Yeah, I'm getting old, or this is just a poor laptop, but because Brandon said something and I can't read it, and it says show or hide. So I'm gonna show it. I trust Brandon. Assessments passed, and I'll be home next Tuesday. Why was that?
Because I'll tell you why he's telling you or you that. We're not gonna tell anybody yet.
Okay.
And I just need to double check the date of something. Totally dropped my drink, but there's a lid on it, so it's okay.
Brian, where'd you hear that I'm doing scenery? I want to do scenery, but I'm not going to do it soon. It's funny because my brother came over today to run some trains, and he looked around and goes, "These trains need some scenery to run through." Like, yeah, I know.
Weren't you asking me the other day to spruce up the place?
Yeah.
The 19th, next month on the 19th is going to be the next show. So 3 weeks from now. Hopefully you're available.
Hopefully.
It is a Thursday.
I'll check my schedule.
Okay. Literally the following week is Boxing Day, and I'm going to be busy shopping that day. No, I'm probably going to work. I work Christmas Day and Boxing Day every year.
Okay.
So nothing like that triple pay.
Lawrence has got the phone.
Oh, sorry.
Hi, Roy. Roy's with us. Oh, man. Let's see, Josh Thompson or John Thompson? How's that person? John2618. Hey, John.
And one thing I always like is that we always have a plethora of stuff.
Yeah.
You know, just stuff to show.
I know.
A lot of show and tell. This is my I think I did really well when I was in school with the show and tell. So I carried that, you know. You get it, you know.
I do get it. Everyone loves your F units.
Thank you. Well, we'll probably see them run a little bit later, but I can't talk about it when it's running by and, you know.
So Brandon says there's a bit of a lag. Hi, Chris. You need a B unit. I guess that's what comes behind, right? There's the A and the B.
Yeah.
Do they sell B units?
They're going to be releasing some B units in certain road names, but Ontario Northland they didn't. They had a steam generator, but they didn't really have. I didn't see any B units. They always ran 2 locomotives like back to back, right? Because the real world doesn't have loops. It's never a loop. It's
Yeah.
always to and from. So instead of putting the train on a turntable and turning it around,
Yeah.
they would just go from the front of the cars to the end of the cars and then go back. And all they had to do is the driver had to switch from one cab to the other.
Okay.
I was going to mention that later, but might as well do it now, right? So.
Let's meet again.
Oh, 8 o'clock.
8
8 o'clock. Whoa. All right. It's that time of the month again. And we're good. We're good.
Yeah.
We're good. Okay.
Start it up.
I am GVO. Oh, no. I screwed it up already. Wow. I wonder if I should do a disclaimer first. Nah, that's fine. But I'm go here, go home. I want to welcome you to our once a month live show. To my right, we've got our wonderful co-host, moderator of the month, Eminem Rails.
Thank you.
How are you doing?
Thank you. I'm doing very well. Thank you.
That's good. That's good. We're gonna talk some trains today. We're gonna play a game later. I'm gonna test your knowledge. I got the idea from a guy I keep running into at train shows, and he always asks me questions.
Really?
Yeah, still have no idea who this guy is, but he keeps telling me to sub his channel, so I'm sure I'll do it one day. But you kind of look like him though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Never seen him.
No? Everyone has a doppelganger, so there's always a twin somewhere. So today on the live show, we've got a guest. We're going to have a guest on the show. And we're going to do some news. I got some news. Rod Stewart, right? Rock and roll. And we've got some announcements from Rapido, Scale Trains, and Athearn. And we've just got some new stuff in by Rapido, Bowser, and Intermountain. So we're going to talk about those and how much you can get them for and where you can get them. We've got a whole bunch of stuff that we're going to talk about today. We've got the FP7 units from Rapido. We've got some N-scale stuff this time around. And of course, there's another model here, which that'll make sense when I talk about other models later on. Otherwise, it's just going to be a fancy model sitting there. Also, we do have an email address now. I thought it was about time that GVO After Dark got its own email. And not only are we including it in the chat there, but it's going to stay right here, bottom corner. Am I pointing at it? Yes, I am. If you have comments, questions, concerns, send us an email and we'll reply to you. And heck, if you want, we can even read it live on the air. So that's, communication 101.
There,
right?
It is Hotmail. That's not a typo.
No, it's a Hotmail. Yeah. Okay. So
I got to tease you.
I didn't want to use my own email. I figure, let the spam come to mine and then train stuff go to the GVO, right?
It's a good idea. Can I just say that I'm so excited that it's season 2. It's been a whole year that we've been doing this.
That's true, yeah.
Season 2.
Season 2. I definitely wanted to stay away from the episode 13. A little superstitious.
No, that's good, man.
I heard a story about a guy. He jumped out the 13th story of a building and he died. Like, that's crazy. How unlucky is that? Right?
Yeah.
You saw what I did there?
That's what you did there.
Okay. But what we're gonna do first, we're gonna bring in our special guest, and I mean special in a very small scale kind of special. He's someone who's been on YouTube for quite some time, but he did take some time off, a couple of years or so, and he's back full-fledged, and he's ready to give it another go. And Dave 888, welcome to the live show.
Hey guys, thanks for having me. Hey everybody.
Well, long time no see. Actually, well, I saw you before the show, but
yeah, it's been about 2.5 years since I've been out of it, and I got sucked back in because, as we all know, you never actually truly get out. It's like a game.
It's true. Coin collecting, meh. Needlepoint. Did you try needlepoint?
I tried, but I just kept pricking my fingers.
Stamps. Stamp collecting?
Never did stamps.
No? Oh, okay. But trains. We're back in trains. That's cool.
Yeah, welcome back.
Thank you.
The hobby has missed you. And you brought some friends, I can see. You brought some friends with you.
I did. So I find it a little ironic. I have no track. I have no bench work, but I have a locomotive and some rolling stock, just because that's how I roll.
That's how you roll. Now, this isn't all of it, though. You have more stuff that's actually on the way. And
so I have made a little stock update on my channel, but I do have a pack of 4 of the CP boxcars, a pack of the CNs. Those are Intermountain, by the way. And I've got 2 more locomotives coming that actually just arrived today.
So, curiouser. For the locomotive, so you're going with a GP40-2 and the CN Zebra. I'm assuming that you have an era that you would like to cover, right?
Yeah, I'm a simple dude. I'd like to kind of not necessarily recreate my HO because my HO was Alco only and CP only, but I definitely wanted to stick with early to late 70s, more of the 4-axle road switching. And I decided to bring in CN locomotives just because I found the N scale to be really limited. So I wanted to open a couple doors for myself.
Can you say that again, please? The N scale is what?
Limited.
Limited. Yeah.
I guess you can say it's small.
It's too bad.
I just want to say there's been a lot of peer pressure to come back to HO, and I mean a lot.
I don't know what he's talking about.
Like,
Not from me.
I think I'm gonna go out after the show and my car's gonna get spray paint, like be spray painted with like HO forever. I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe that's all.
Or
in my
he'll
head.
have to find it with a magnifying
Oh
glass.
yeah.
It's gonna get swapped out for an N scale one. But what else are you hoping to get? Like, is there like a specific industry and whatnot, or industries that you're hoping to do?
I haven't really gotten that far. When I decided to kind of jump back into it, I knew I wanted to kind of solve one of the big problems that I had with my old layout, which was over planning the track and not enough for industries and scenery like roads and hills, valleys, that kind of stuff. So I do want to try to remedy that this time around. But other than that, I have no kind of strict plans on where I'm going. You can see like with the box cars and the gondola, they're more of the generic rolling stock, right? So you can kind of use them for a lot of different things.
Oh, for sure. Is there something that you're really anticipating, like something that you're kind of leaning towards?
I mean, I love food.
So
always love the food.
Okay, so like a manufacturer of some sort, shipping by
Food.
box. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
I don't know.
Well, obviously, we put your channel into the chat there. Please give him a sub and follow along his journey, because he's going to be building his layout. So imagine starting over. I've been there multiple times and I know the struggle, but we're going to get there. No comment. No comment. And we're gonna definitely see your layout grow.
Yeah, I do still have all of my HO stuff up there with my how-tos, my reviews. I only did like 2 reviews, but my how-tos were pretty popular, and just my layout updates and kind of the journey from so my parents' basement to the house I was in, into a 4x8, into scrapping that and going around the room, into it building up and learning a lot, and then pretty much within a video or 2, I was like, I'm leaving, bye. See you guys. And that was it.
No, so some of the videos I actually keep coming back to of yours are the wiring videos, because I suck at electrical. I'm very open about that. It's not for everybody, but it's one of those things that you have to learn and you have to kind of get through to make things really work, right? And that's the heart of this thing. So I watch a lot of the videos that you do as far as wiring. And do you have any tips when it comes to how you do your wiring, or is there?
I always like to draw it out. So in a lot of my wiring tutorials, I use pictures to explain it to the viewers, but I do that anyway because it's kind of like the measure twice, cut once idea. If you do it on paper and you know how it's done and you're a little more confident with what you're getting into, it's a lot easier to get in there and kind of expect what's going to happen, rather than getting in there and soldering wires into the wrong places or connecting things incorrectly, and kind of just not knowing why, or not being as confident. So I always try to kind of visualize, for lack of a better word, but in my case, write it down and do it that way.
Keeping on the topic of electrical, I kind of bypassed it, but we're going to jump back to it. What power are you using for your new layout?
Oh, 100% Digitrax. I did all my research way back in the day when I was still HO. I went from DC to DCC, and I was with MRC for a little bit, and that died on me. And I'd done all my research between basically the big runners are, well, at least kind of in North America, is NCE and Digitrax. I know like Lens and stuff is big, and like Bachmann is big in the UK and stuff. But I've always loved Digitrax. It's always been, really robust, but also super easy to add on modules as you go for not a lot of money. Things like auto reversers. You can buy just an auto reverser unit. You don't have to buy a big module that's going to be hundreds of dollars. Not saying anybody else does that too, but I just found Digitrax to just be the easiest option that kind of covered all my bases. Kind of you can get everything you need out of one system, instead of, a little bit from here, a little bit from this company, a little bit from that company. And then, with Digitrax, you wire it all together with LocoNet and you have control of everything. And I love that.
Yeah, I feel like with Digitrax, you can start with a smaller system, but you can add to it. You're not really necessarily swapping it out for something else. You can grow your system. and you can get multiple amps and wire everything together, go wireless at a PR3, which gives you the wireless connectivity, and you can also program your stuff from a computer as well.
Yep.
I mean, it's stuff that we've seen you do in some of your videos, and I'm looking forward to seeing even more of it. So it's going to be definitely a good watch for sure, and I can't wait to see a lot of it come to life. We've only seen it on paper so far. We've been rolling around with it, but to see it from the ground up, it's pretty awesome. So
yeah.
Sparky wants to know if you're going to use smaller gauge wire now that you're in N scale.
I likely will. I think I was running I want to say 14 gauge with HO. Maybe 16. I will likely go down to 18 gauge wire or up. I don't know how that works. I mean, technically, it's
I think the higher the number, the
yeah, but like I don't know if that would be considered like up or down. Anyways, I'm likely gonna go to 18. It's I know I've read and I've kind of done a little bit of research, and it's not recommended to go anything above 18 or 20-ish. Because then you're getting awfully thin.
Yeah.
And it's a little different if it's, for like my tortoises, which used Cat 5e or Cat 6 cabling, just the copper wiring. But for track power and stuff, I'd likely go 18 gauge.
And one of the cool things that I'm looking forward to seeing, actually, because you had a lot of intricate switching with your last layout. Now that you're on a smaller scale, you can actually scale technically.
Yeah, more scale distance. Yeah.
And you are planning on doing lots of intricate
switching
and all that. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's cool.
That's one thing I talked about when I kind of reviewed my track plan a little bit shortly in my video. Is I've always taken inspiration from a lot of these guys down in or over in the UK with like the double O gauge, where they have the double slips and all these crossings, and it's just these crazy amounts of switching in such a small area, and I love that. I love that so much. For me, it's always been about the not so much the running in circles of trains, but the switching, right? And that's what
operation.
The operation. Exactly. That's exactly it. So I definitely, it's built to operate and to run. Like obviously you want some a loop, at least one, but yeah.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool. Well, we're all looking forward to it. And what you're going to be doing, you're going to be helping us out tonight, because when we're talking about all the new releases and whatnot, you're going to be covering all the N-scale stuff. And we got our cheat sheets, so we're good. Because memories, with age, it tends to slip.
Yeah.
But that's awesome. We're gonna definitely see more N-scale, because obviously we do HO, and that's going to be our primary focus. I do throw in some N-scale stuff here and there because I know that there are N-scalers that do watch, and I want to be fair. I want to cover all bases. So next month he's going to be going to G-scale.
That's right.
I can't even say it with a straight face. I'm sorry. O-scale. He's going to do O-scale. Anyways, but we're going to cover a larger basis going forward. We want to, like you said, it's season 2 now. This is season 2, episode 1. So we're going to step things up, kick it up a nickel, and I'm going to be getting actually a mic come January. It's going to give us a better sound and whatnot, and we're going to start improving overall everything that you're seeing, everything that you're being involved with. It's going to go full circle. It's kind of like you guys are here with us and we're here with you, right? So welcome to our house, and hopefully you're as welcoming having us in your place as well. So
I have a request for the next episode. Can you put a window in my dressing room, please?
No. Fruit was one thing, but a window, you're asking the world.
All right.
So.
I feel like I'm the character that gets introduced season 2, episode 1, and then killed off right away.
I mean,
like I feel like this is what's gonna happen.
Spoiler alert. But we're gonna do some news. I've got some great news for you guys. We're gonna talk about Rod Stewart. So one of Rock's biggest stars announced that this past month that he has finally finished his home layout. In between music and going on tour, Sir Rod Stewart has completed his intricate model train layout after 23 years. I can't even focus on something for 23 minutes, let alone 23 years. Jeez. It was unveiled as part of a train interview with Railroad Modelers magazine. Now, I have seen him in actual Model Railer magazine as well, Model Railroader. I think I still have that, but I don't think it was completed. And that was at least 2 or 3 years ago.
I had that issue as well. So that would have had to be 3-4 years ago.
Yeah.
That was in. I remember that one.
So I guess they were just kind of like, okay, he'll let the public come in and take a look at it now, or at least magazines and whatnot, but it wasn't done at the time. Now it's completed. He's saying it's done. The thing he had issues with the most was the electrical. Surprise, surprise. Just like most other people, he actually had someone come in and do the electrical for him, but he swears by it. He did at least 90% of the work, which is great still, because he would actually take his building kits and whatnot on tour with him, and he would actually request the hotel that he stayed at to have them remove the bed and all the furniture so that he would be able to set up his models and whatnot.
Really?
And he would request, like fans to increase air circulation and ventilation in the room. So he would have a whole other hotel room for his models.
Wow.
That's fancy. I mean, I would do that too. I mean, I have gone to the cottage before, and I've taken model kits just to, clean the flash off of and stuff. I don't really, whatever. I don't like the outdoors. It scares me. Everything's so real out there.
It's true.
But
wow, that's quite. I guess you can say he's forever young.
Oh,
jeez.
Oh man, this is how they get.
This
killed
is
off.
how I get killed off. Yeah. I deserve it. It's fine.
That was amazing. Okay. You can't.
Disclaimer: before I came on here, I was like, guys, look, I'm terrible with jokes. Like, should I just be cool or should I just be myself? And they're like, Dave, look, it's fine.
You said you were gonna be cool.
My mom says this is cool.
And he's not even a dad yet. I can't wait till you're a dad, because then you can tell all the bad jokes that you want. I can get away with it. You can get away with it. I guess for baby.
I did a search once on Google about celebrities who have model trains or new model trains. It's quite a
it is a list.
Interesting.
It's not talked about a lot, but I think it's a lot more popular than we all think.
I think Michael Jordan actually is in the trains.
No.
Maybe I'm wrong, but
really, that's a
Okay.
pretty high jump. Did they get there?
oh man,
No.
I thought my jumps were bad.
There was no slam dunk on that one. But Rod Stewart, he said he prefers doing the structures over the actual trains or the track work. He said that he finds beauty in what others see as ugly. So torn down buildings, dirty sidewalks, stuff like that. So he's very, I guess you could say, artsy in that sense. But no, it's really cool. And there was actually, back in May, if you do remember, there was actually a club. What was the name of the club? There was the Railroad Club, and they were actually doing a setup at the Academy, the Welland Academy in Stramford. Now, basically, they had set up their layout and whatnot, and I guess they had walked away, or they closed for the night. 4 guys got in there, and I guess they had a little too much chocolate milk, and basically they destroyed the entire thing. And that was crazy. There was a huge outreach for help with this, because it's not cheap. It's not cheap. And he actually donated, when he heard about that, he actually donated £10,000 to the club to offer assistance. The layout itself was at least £30,000, and I'm going to do some conversion for you, because I did. So because I don't understand British pound and all that, so I'm gonna offer you the Canadian dollar, if you will. So the $10,000 that he donated is £10,000. The £10,000 that he donated is close to $15,000 Canadian. They were saying was £30,000 money, not weight, is the equivalent to $45,000 Canadian. And altogether, they actually managed to raise £107,000 to go back into the layout, to rebuild it, replace anything that was broken. And you're looking at $160,000 Canadian that was raised to help them out. And I think that's amazing. The one thing about this community, the railroad community, is that we're so tight and we're so helpful towards each other. We don't look at things like that as an issue. We welcome everybody with open arms, and in some cases open wallets, right? But it's amazing to see people come together and help in a time like that. I know there's been a number of times throughout even my time on YouTube and dealing with other YouTubers and seeing everybody going through life and just trying to figure it out. But I just think it's great that they were able to get something back from all this tragedy. So, and he was basically at the center of that, which is really cool. Yeah. So you want to talk about some announcements?
Before we do that, I just want to say that Michael Jordan was an N scaler.
Ah, my man.
Yeah, just search it up.
All right.
Michael Jordan N scale.
Yeah.
Swoosh.
All right. So some announcements.
Yeah, we can do announcements.
All right. Forgive me. I am using my cheat sheet because
okay.
my memory is about 10 seconds long. So, do you want me to start?
Yeah.
So,
okay. You're gonna do the N scale announcements.
So, looks like we have scale trains tier 4 GVO in the rivet counter and the operator models, or kind of levels. They are in the CN Aboriginal Affairs and the CN 100th anniversary logo.
Now that only comes a month after they announced the HO scale ones. So a month later. Now they're doing N scale. I guess there was a large demand for it. Now they're available. So that's pretty cool.
Even a crowd of small people can rise up.
Make one loud voice.
Yeah. So though, other than the 2CN schemes, it also comes in BNSF, CSX, KCS, NS, and Union Pacific. So it looks like the operator model is going to, or level, let's kind of tier, maybe operator tier,
less detail.
For DC only, it's $125. I'm guessing this is Canadian.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh wait, is this MSRP?
MSRP.
Okay, so yeah, it's probably going to be American MSRP.
Okay, so let's just say American, just to be safe. And it's going to be 170 with DCC and sound, which actually isn't too bad. Actually, that's quite nice. And the rivet counter is going to go up a little bit. It's $165 for the DC version and $285 for the DCC and sound. So I mean, Canadian, that's going to even out to like $350-ish, $285 American, something like that.
Yeah.
So I mean, that should have plenty of detail though, being the rivet counter, which is going to be real nice.
I haven't heard any complaints about the level of detail that goes into them and whatnot. So that's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
As far as HO, Athearn, they actually announced a DCC sound caboose, which I think is kind of neat, right? I mean, you create a consist, right? Just as though you're doing a locomotive and another locomotive.
Yeah.
Because there's a decoder in the caboose, right? So you would create the consist, and then when you're moving, it's making the sounds like a wheel flange and all that stuff. And then not only that, you've got all the light functions as well, right? So, track on this side is clear, track on this side is clear, just to let everybody know that's coming up behind you where it's safe to go and whatnot. So that's pretty cool.
Huh.
I'm guessing that would be scale speed as well, right? Which would be kind of sweet.
Yeah. So as you turn up the throttle,
Exactly.
It does increase. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's a nice feature.
And it's actually Soundtracks that's doing that, so that's pretty cool. Let's see. Now it's called the ICC Caboose. It's going to be available in UP, SAL, P and WV, FW and D, CB and Q. We're going to get into that a little bit later, but yeah, it's mostly American road names, which is a little unfortunate, but hopefully if this does really well, they'll do maybe like some CN or CP. That'd be really nice. And those will probably be going for an MSRP of about $110 to $150, depending on whether you're getting just the light up caboose or the light up caboose with sound, and the light up caboose with sound with extra light functions. And they claim to have more detail than a brass caboose. So I'm kind of interested to see what they come up with here with that. Scale Trains has the new Gunderson hoppers. Now we're gonna bring it down to this one here, because actually Scale Trains is going to be doing a version of this. This one here, I want to say, is a Walthers, and I mean, this was like $30. I didn't mind it, and I mean, the walkways aren't really see-through or whatever, but obviously when Scale Trains does it, they're gonna probably go all out with it. Lots of etchings all over, see-through everything. It's gonna roll really nice. And they're going to be doing CP in 6 numbers, BNSF, KCS, UP, and Ferromex. And you're looking at an MSRP of $35, which is probably going to be American. So you're probably looking at about $45 Canadian, just about $15 more than this one here. If you're okay spending a little bit more on something like that, worth it. If not, Atlas and Athearn do have some that are about $30, $32. So Scale Trains also has the Multimax Auto Rack. This comes as kind of a surprise, seeing as how Atlas just announced theirs as well, like a few months before, at least 4 months before. I'd have to go back and look, but they're going to be available in BNSF, CN, CP, Sioux line, which is the really crisp all-white ones that I really like. KCS, NS, CSX, and we're looking at an MSRP of about $94, give or take 109 or 110 Canadian. Rapido, Alco, PA, and PB. So these are the B units that you were talking about there. Oh, no, sorry. Blah. They actually just did a live not too long ago about the PA and PB. I got mixed up there. This thing here, it looks like it's almost like a shark nose.
Yeah, it's a long one.
Yeah, and they're doing the Santa Fe, the DNH, D, and RGW, Lehigh Valley, NYC, New Haven, Nickel Plate, and SP. I didn't get a MSRP for that. I think that I don't even think it's been tooled yet, to be honest with you, but they are most likely going to be doing it because it's going to be a big one. Also, here's a huge one, because I mean, a lot of people might look past this, but I'll get into a little bit. They're doing another run of the new look bus. Did I tell you about that? They're doing more buses.
Yes, the Speed bus is coming out, right?
Yeah. So that's one of the bus from Speed. If you were alive in the '90s and you know what we're talking about.
Whoa!
Whoa!
Whoa! That's my camera impression.
So the bus from the movie, they're actually doing the HO scale model. They're also doing a whole bunch of other American road names. They're going to be doing the Vancouver Transit, Calgary, more OC Transpo, Winnipeg, Chicago CTA, Dallas, Denver, Kansas City, Milwaukee, New Orleans, New York, MTA, and SEPTA. But one of the biggest ones, Go Transit. There's been a lot of speculation. Where and when is Rapido going to do some Go Transit? And there's been a lot of chit chat online about, Go Transit or Metrolinx doesn't want, anybody to do them, or their prices are too high and all this stuff. No, they do want to do it, but you have to have the demand. And I think that the demand is starting to show a lot more. The more that we talk about it, the more that we let the manufacturers know what we want to see, and then they're more inclined to want to make it, right? So it's huge. It's a huge step, because first it's a bus, then it's a locomotive, and then hopefully we'll get some accurate Go Transit cars. Sorry, Athearn, but
Shots fired.
A little bit, yeah. They're also going to offer unlettered, a white bus, a blue bus, a red bus, a green bus, and an unpainted bus, so you can paint it every color of the rainbow, because why not? It's your layout.
Get bussy.
Get bussy. Yep. Get bussy. Here's a interesting, very interesting tidbit for everybody, because everybody knows that we're big supporters of Otter Valley, and they are actually very big supporters of us as well. Just want to let everybody know that they are moving, and they're moving this weekend, and it's going to be to 37 Tilson Street in Tilsonburg, Ontario. So as you're obviously aware of, because Lauren was talking to us on the show last time, and he's now the owner and proprietor of the
Very
company.
cool.
Yeah,
Very cool.
very happy for him.
That's awesome.
And they rented out a new place, and everything's looking good. Everything's, I got to see the place. I haven't been there physically, but I've seen some pictures and whatnot, and it looks like a really nice location. Looks like a brand new building, actually. And you've been busy. You've been hard at work.
I've been hard at work, yeah.
What are you doing? What are you?
Well, not only did Chris and I help Lauren create new business cards for our valley, Chris and I helped Lauren make the, what you call it, the storefront banner, I guess, the sign for the...
Yeah, the light up sign that would be...
It's 12 feet by 2.5 feet, so it's quite large.
Yeah, the big street sign. I was calling it a street sign.
So,
but it was one of those things where he did all the work and he's saying I helped.
he was the idea guy, I just put together.
I mean, you can see something when you visually see something in your mind's eye, whether it's a layout or a card or whatever. When you have an idea, you have to have an idea guy that takes the idea and puts it on the computer, and then they print it on paper. So it's like,
the way it worked was I would do something and I'd send to Chris, how about this? He goes, can you change it to this? How about this? That's great. How about this? And then back and forth. And Dave, you'd appreciate this. Try, because of pixels and such, can you imagine working on a 12-foot by 2.5-foot banner on, a small computer screen?
One pixel at a time, right?
Yeah. So I had to eventually use the one at work. The computer was a bit faster than my laptop.
But we got it done.
There was still lag time. I would, in Photoshop or whatever, GIMP, if you fill, even Microsoft Paint, if you fill a screen with a certain color,
yeah,
this goes, right? All red. This would go like line by line.
Oh, wow. Oh, yeah, because there's like a lot of background image to it.
Yeah.
And then obviously the lettering and whatnot on top.
I try to move the maple leaf, and it's like,
yeah.
But
so,
you guys will see it eventually.
But I'm happy with it. I'm happy with the result, and I can't wait to see it out in real life.
So when you see it,
Very cool.
you'll be like, "Oh my God, Eminem did that!" And
With Chris's help.
no, he did all the work. Yeah. So I mean, you can check out their new store. They're going to be. Let's see if they're moving in this weekend. Hopefully by Tuesday or Wednesday, they should, have doors open. Hopefully, I mean.
And Lauren's saying that there's going to be no disruptions with ordering, right? It's still going to be.
Yeah, they're going to still.
Business as usual.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
sweet.
So
That's
keep sending in your orders because we cannot go a day without ordering trains. I know that oh so well.
And Christmas is coming up.
But
Christmas time is coming up.
Christmas time, yes. We'll cover Christmas on our next show because, like I was saying, the next show is going to be the 19th of December. So as opposed to doing it on Boxing Day, which I'll probably be working, we're going to do it on the 19th, just before Christmas, just before the holiday rush. We're probably going to cover, everybody's Christmas list. One for Christmas, right? And what's popular, what's good, what does everybody want to get for Christmas? So we're gonna cover that. If you have a Christmas list of trains, personal things that you want, you can just email us and tell us what you like and tell us what you're hoping is under that tree for you. Because I can tell you mine is several pages long, and I'm not going to go through it all, but I'm going to hand deliver it to my wife. So other than that.
So my wife now, she goes online like Facebook and Kijiji and other sites like eBay and stuff, and she'll show me like a locomotive. This one's pretty. Like this one? It's pretty, but no thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, this one. This is pretty.
When do you guys do your gift exchange?
Like my wife? No. 25th.
Okay, on Christmas Day. Okay.
Yeah.
See, we never make it that far. See, I can't. I'm not good at keeping secrets or like lying or anything. So, like for instance, and I don't know if my wife is watching, so I really can't spill the beans. Because you know she'd just be watching, just frothing at the mouth, waiting. But I've ordered her something, and I just want to tell her what it is. I can't help myself.
N-scale turbo train.
Well,
Nothing says
actually,
I love you like a turbo train.
she's been prompting me about what I want, and she's like, "Well, I can get you train stuff now again." Like she's like, "That's great, so many ideas. What do you want?" And I'm like, "I don't know yet. I don't have a Leo yet. I don't even have the bench rig. I don't even have the track." She's like, "Well, tell me what you need. I'll get you it." I'm like, "I don't know yet."
Yeah, it's
So a little bit of frustration.
It's so hard to decide on those things, right? Like I can make a list, but it's like, what do I want first?
Yeah.
Well, and I don't want to get something and not use it, especially if it's a gift. It's one thing if you know I used to do that with HO. I'd be like impulsive buy, yes, and then you wouldn't use it or it wouldn't work out. And, okay, you know, it'd sit on your shelf and you'd be like, oh, I wasted so much money. But when it's a gift, especially from, you know, your wife or something like that, and you can't utilize it, like that sucks.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying now? I'm saying just give me some trees. Just buy me trees.
Like plant in the prayer.
tree?
Or...
No, for my layout.
Oh.
HO scale trees. Doesn't matter what kind. You can use them like
I mean,
Oh.
no,
poor quality, like
Palm
poor quality,
trees?
high quality.
Guys,
Palm
I just
trees.
realized I can't be on the next show though, because
Wait for
it
it.
would go.
Wait for it.
Well, I'd have to sit on
Wait
that, but it would
for
go like HOHON, right? So it wouldn't work out.
terrible.
Rats.
Oh, jeez. That's strike two.
Yeah.
Killed off. First episode, I'm telling you.
If you never see Dave ever again, he did it to himself. Let's actually do the new in store. We didn't do the new in store yet. So if you want to cover the N scale new in store, these are.
Oh, yes.
By the way, most of this stuff here now, unless did I mention? Let me see. New in store. Okay, so the things that I'm mentioning for new in store, I'm talking about Otter Valley. So because obviously we're big supporters, so I'm always scouting their website for fun things and whatnot. Except for one of the things, I don't know if they got them in yet. The this car here, so we'll just note that. But everything else you can get from Otter Valley, which did you OVRtrains.com?
Yes.
Oh, cool.
Sweet.
OVRtrains.com. So take a look.
Mark's so on the ball.
He's our guy.
Yeah,
That's our dude.
co-host of the month. It's just there's season 2, episode 1. But there's 12 pictures of Mark on the wall, just his face.
Employee of the month.
Yeah, employee of the month.
And still no window in my dressing room. You know?
Take your fruit basket.
But yeah, we needed to work towards something. We'd give you that. Then
When I asked for only green M&Ms and you said no, you know what? I understood. It's a big ask. But a window in the dressing room, that's all I want.
We'll hang a picture. Is that cool?
Can we hang a picture
The
of a window?
door doesn't even lock.
All right, you know what? You just lost it. It's gonna be black and white picture now. All right, new in store.
New in store in N scale.
And in N scale.
Because they still make those. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, I mean, clearly.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Hard to find, but
well,
okay. We have the Rapido GMD1. That's gonna MSRP. That's not gonna MSRP.
Oh no, that's
full on price.
Canadian
actually.
dollar.
Canadian dollar. That's sick. $220 DCC and sound. Man, N scale's so much cheaper. Not really. A little bit.
I mean, the reason why it is lower is because it is Otter Valley's price.
That's true.
I'm just saying.
That's true. So it's going to come in the CN Zebra, like this guy actually, and that's the 1344 series, and that's going to be
the North American scheme.
Yeah, the CN North American scheme. So just like that guy. Then we have the CN 1100 series, which is going to be the older CN Green scheme.
The CN Green scheme is that one.
What?
Yeah, believe it or not, but it's the one that's all like the cab is red.
This is what I get for being like, yeah, Chris, you can type my notes up for me.
There's the all red cab. Then like the noodle.
Sorry.
I think the 1100 is the noodle.
Yeah. Okay.
But sorry, I'll put noodle next time.
It's fine.
Trying to be fancy by being accurate.
I can barely read his writing.
I mean, I literally write like a 2-year-old. I had my 2-year-old do it. I'm sorry.
Also, and this is the one that you weren't sure if Otter Valley had yet.
I didn't see it on their website, but I know it's a fancy one that did just come out. I'm pretty sure they're probably going to be getting
probably
it.
coming.
Yeah.
That's going to be the Intermountain Superdome passenger car. and that's going to be for $69.99
I believe that's an MSRP as well.
MSRP.
I mean, it might be give or take in and around there because they're really good with their prices. But yeah,
Okay,
about
cool.
70.
cool.
It's a fancy car. So
Yeah, and that's actually going to come in Great Northern, Via Rail, Holland America, Ontario Northland, and CN or Canadian National.
Ooh. And then on the HO scale side, the Rapido B36-7 has just come in. A bunch of road names for you. Santa Fe, BC Rail, which looks really good. The blue, white, and red, the hockey stick logo. Conrail in that very sharp blue. CSX, Minnesota Commercial, and of course Unpainted. They come equipped with ESU lock sound, and they're $340. I always round it for some reason. For DCC sound. Also, Bowser, they brought in their 70-ton offset hoppers at $28 a piece. We're looking at NKP, DTI, Chessie, THMB, ONR in the brown, and the SP, Sal, and Big Red, which is pretty cool.
I'm going to jump in here with something that Elijah wants me to tell you.
Okay.
Athearn announced the RTR 60-foot flat cars in BCR, BN, BNSF, IC, SOO, UP, TTX.
Thanks.
Like more
Perfect.
code.
Yeah, a little bit. Actually, speaking of which, let's have a little game. Let's play a game, everybody. Because
It's like Jigsaw over here.
You want to play a game? So I took the liberty of my spare time to do up some cards.
Oh, so in your spare time, you didn't install a window in my dressing room, but
Nope.
you make up cards.
That's
Okay.
right.
See how it is. All right.
You even colored them in.
That's right. Yeah, I did.
Wow.
I mean, this isn't for my benefit. This is more like visual presentation,
I
right?
see your kids. Daddy, can I help you? No. No.
But Daddy, you can't even color inside the lines.
I'm a free spirit, okay?
Oh, the corner.
you don't, whatever. Anyways. Okay. So this is what we're gonna do. So I've got the abbreviated forms of, I think I did about 20 railroad names. Okay. For example, when we say CP, Canadian Pacific, right?
Canadian Pacific, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, okay. It sounded like you were just Pacific. Yeah. Pacific. That's what it's. Okay, that's fine. But so you're gonna have, if you can't figure it out, okay, you've got 3 lifelines, just like one of those shows that does games on it.
Okay.
You can either ask the chat,
Okay.
you can phone a friend, which is Dave,
Oh, I'm gonna bring you down hard, but don't rely on me.
or I'm gonna give you a 50-50 option. Right? The 2 possible answers.
Okay.
One of them is correct.
Wow. Okay.
Okay. So
GVO. GVO stands for
no, this is that's
good
this,
viewing for others. No.
that wasn't it.
it.
That's not a card. That's just
That's the title.
that's
Okay.
the cover.
Ready.
Okay, so it's gonna start light, and then we're gonna go all ham.
Mark, you better phone a friend here. I know this one.
It's
all downhill from here.
You can only use them once, so you better save
Look
them.
at the artwork on this thing.
So-
He's worked hard. Jeez.
So basically, I'm also to helping you out a little bit here. I'm kind of sticking to the logo /
Man.
color scheme of their either their logos or whatever. So
You know, you can just cut and paste and then print them. Wow, I'm impressed.
Wanted the person
Go,
to
so
say.
that's really good.
there's actually a couple here. You're gonna be like mind blown because yeah.
Yeah,
so,
that's well done.
So
It is well done.
Listen,
Really?
it's not inside the lines, but it's
No, that's good. Seriously.
yeah.
I used a
I'm not
pretty
kidding.
big Sharpie.
That's
But yeah. So what is your answer for that one?
Canadian National.
Canadian National. Correct. Again,
Oh,
we're
I have
starting
no
light.
idea. Uh-oh.
We're starting light. We're starting light here.
Ontario Northland Railroad.
Perfect.
Oh boy. AMT. Is the A for America? Or like American? You're not taking questions? American mainline.
I'm pretty sure I know that one.
If I guess incorrectly, what happens?
Then you get killed off instead of me.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll go look at the chat because I think they're saying the answers in the chat, so I don't want to look. AMT. Is that passenger?
Could be. Most likely.
I get no hints. Okay. I'm gonna ask Dave.
Amtrak?
Yes. Amtrak. There's an Amtrak logo too.
Carried my weight.
Huh. I should know that.
This is like the most boring. I'm sorry. I'm sorry if you model this, but I mean that was like literally the best I could do.
Little shots fired, but like
No, I mean
it's just not important enough for the color.
THB.
maybe I should have put this one deeper in the pile.
Ooh.
Should I know it?
You should. TH and B.
All I can think of is the hash browns and bacon. Like,
Would the B stand for Baltimore? In Baltimore?
No.
Okay, can I ask the chat?
Yes, you can ask the chat. Chat.
come on, chat.
Any hints for M&M Rails as to what this could be?
Sparky says Toronto, Hamilton, and Buffalo.
Boom.
I did see that one before. This one I know.
Now it's BN, not BM. We're not having a BM right here. This is BN.
Burlington Northern.
There you go. Yeah, Burlington Northern. That was one of the ones that I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
Chris came to play, right?
Those freehand or like
that's freehand.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah. I looked at a picture, but it was freehand, you know. OSR. OSR. Now I didn't have a burgundy. I really should have used a burgundy. OSR.
You know what, Dave?
No.
OSR.
Oregon. I don't know. Is it state? It's got to be the Ontario Southern
Railroad?
Railroad.
Ontario Southland. Yeah.
Oh,
Ontario
Southland. Okay.
Southland Southern. What? Yeah.
Close.
Yeah. No, it's good. It's good. Hey, come on.
Sorry.
Everyone in the chat here seems to know it.
Yeah.
Because everybody's Genius Express.
A shot of maple syrup for every one mark gets wrong.
I'll just drink the whole bottle.
Paprika. We're gonna
joke's on you,
watch
John.
it.
That'd be good.
Yeah. Don't threaten a guy with a good
This
time.
is Norfolk Southern.
Yep. And us.
Again, you didn't draw the horse. Oh, you did draw the horse.
That's
excellent.
That's a messed up horse.
I mean, listen.
It's definitely going to the glue factory.
Nice.
GT.
Gran Turismo. No.
Pretty close.
It's
Pretty close.
Oh my gosh.
And anybody
Grant
who
just
knows.
did on his live show the other day. I want to say
Well, you had the grand part. Grand something.
is it trunk?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Grand trunk. Trunk. You have a big caboose. Or trunk.
What do you-
whatever.
Thank you.
I don't know.
Wow.
Thank you.
ARR.
ARR.
Wait, is it? ARR? AAR? Hold on. Let me see.
Have a good chat.
Oh, yeah. Okay. ARR. ARR.
ARR.
Was it Canadian?
Alaskan
sorry.
Railroad?
Yeah.
Oh,
Wow,
nice.
Jeez. That's a shot in the dark.
B and O. And that's
I think I bought that off Monopoly the other day.
right. There you go. Everyone's a winner.
Body and odor. B&O.
Barely and original.
Bacon and orange? No.
Bacon and orange.
I like your thought.
B&O.
I like your style.
Dave, you know what it is? B&O?
I don't. Is that Baltimore and
Okay,
like Ohio?
So you want to go 50-50?
Okay. All right.
I won't help him. I want to see what it is.
I'm sure the chat.
Are you?
Okay. It's either Brampton and Orangeville.
Okay.
Or Baltimore and Ohio.
Yeah, Baltimore, Ohio.
Baltimore and Ohio. Final answer.
Final answer, and let's look at the chat.
Baltimore and Ohio. ACR with a tiny little bear. I like the bear. I think I did a good job. Smash that like. ACR.
So Alaska's taken, so the A can't be.
I can't even remember what this one was.
ACR.
Oh, okay.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's.
Does the bear have anything to do with the ACR?
No, because bear doesn't start with
control.
an
Animal
Animal
control.
recreation.
That's tough.
AC. It wouldn't be Atlantic Canada, would it?
Nope. It's more close.
Actually, that's not a bad guess though with the bear and stuff.
Yeah.
That's not a bad guess.
I think we're into the more of the American ones now.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Canadian ones were much much too easy. So
nobody.
now we're stepping it up with the
Arkansas.
Oh, there we go. Somebody in chat got it.
Yeah.
Creative Rails.
Creative Rails.
Yeah, you got it.
Who knows? Maybe they're looking on their.
I mean,
I'd be like,
they could.
bear logo with locomotive.
Bear logo.
Yeah.
So, behind the face, it's ACR is Algoma Central Railroad.
Algoma?
They say Algoma, not Algoma. I
Alg-
tend to trust like the multiple people saying it in chat versus you,
Whatever.
but I mean, am I biased? Absolutely. Against Chris.
Now we're gonna have a BM. BM.
Oh.
Or is it MB? Shoot.
No, I think. Oh, it might be MB.
Oh yeah, no, it's BM.
BM?
BM.
Oh, I have a. I saw it at home. I have it on my cars. BM.
Sorry about the lighting.
Is it Baltimore? No.
Hmm?
Baltimore, Missouri?
Mm.
Something Missouri. Boston. No, it's Boston and Maine.
Yeah, Boston and Maine.
Yes. Okay.
Boston and Maine, you got it.
Blueberry muffin, someone said.
Blueberry muffin.
Oh.
Terrible. KCS.
Kansas City? Southern? No. King City? Southern?
What did you say? What was the first
yeah,
one?
he had it. He had it.
Kansas City Southern. Yeah.
Southern,
Yeah. Kansas
Wow.
City Southern.
Yeah, wow.
This one looks terrible. I botched this one. Okay.
I mean, just this one though.
Get out.
Strike three.
Yeah. Okay, so this one's the D and H. The D and H. Yeah.
It's a D and H.
I mean, I'm not
American,
good with,
obviously.
Yeah, I'm not good with geography that well, but like
The Denver.
I was thinking Delaware.
Oh,
Would that make more sense?
Delaware, yeah.
I don't know what this. Like, what is it?
D and H. What's the H?
Well, what's H for? Yeah,
Houston?
Delaware and
Hudson, eh?
yeah, Delaware and Hudson.
Of course.
I don't know.
Yeah, everyone got it here. Delaware and Hudson.
Now this one
Everybody's
might
so
be
smart.
this one might be tricky. Do you know that one? MKT. M. Don't look at the back.
I've only been looking at the back this whole time, so it's too late for me.
I forgot what it said.
Ruiner.
Psych.
MKT in the yellow and green. 3 individual places come together to make one fancy railroad name.
So I think I saw Missouri, which is kind of cheating. Missouri, right? Missouri.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Missouri. What?
It's not Kansas again. Kansas, Texas.
Kansas, Texas. Yes.
Holy cow! Wow, excellent.
Missouri, Kansas, and Texas. Thanks for playing. You win nothing.
That was very good. Someone said nice artwork, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
You're very generous.
I mean, if I had more time and
There's so many to do, eh? So many. That was really fun.
that was 20.
Yeah,
I had to like do some digging for that too. Jeez, that was it was a little bit of work, but whatever.
I think the fans liked it too.
Cool.
The viewers. Here.
Maybe one day we'll go a bit deeper with that and boom. I'll pick that up later. That's in case my wife is watching.
Yeah, chat's blowing up here. I can't keep up.
Who's chatting? Who's in the chat?
Who's not in the chat? I see Chazco just joined us.
Welcome.
oh, see, they're saying now you get the green M&Ms. You earn them,
Yeah. Okay. We're upping you to just green M&Ms,
but not the
now.
peanut ones.
What's that
No.
called? Was it manifest? When the artists give something to the host and say, "Here's what I want in my dressing room." What's that called? It's like
The demand. I don't know.
Yeah.
all the
demands.
requirements, like
Yeah,
demands.
yeah.
There's
I
something
don't know.
big
Yeah,
for it.
there is a special word. I don't know.
I'm not sure it's manifest. I don't think it's manifest. Manifest is the thing with the negative thing. Anyway, it might come to me.
So what's going on in the chat? Who do
Well,
we
everyone's
have
just guessing all the
Oh.
impressed with your game. I
Oh.
like that.
Thank you. I'm just gonna take a sip because I am thirsty. This Live is not sponsored by cola.
I've been slurping on a Starbucks like I'm a 17-year-old teenage girl.
Throwing that name out there
Right.
with your spice latte.
Did they spell your name right? Someone told me that Starbucks spelled your name wrong. Just
on purpose.
Just for the free publicity.
They did not put they spelt it so wrong they didn't even put it on.
Because what the thing is they hope for, this is what I heard, is that say they put Dave.
Right.
I don't know how they're going to
Yeah, how are they going to mess that one up?
DAZE somehow.
Wow, cool. That's a sick nickname.
You're like, wow, this is wrong. You take a picture of it.
Yeah, post it online.
Yeah.
Yeah, any publicity is good publicity,
Yeah.
in a way. So, yeah, no, I could see that.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Sweet.
I don't know if it's true or not.
So we're going to go on to our next part where I'm just going to roughly talk about the FP7s that we've got here. Otter Valley sent me these two beautiful units earlier on this week. For those who haven't seen it, I do have a full overview video that I posted literally like yesterday, and it shows me, unboxing it and whatnot, and putting them on the track and all that. So if you haven't checked it out yet and you want to see a full unboxing of them, wait until after the live.
Keep your views right here.
Keep watching. You might miss something.
Don't change the channel.
We still have to fire them. That's gonna be
no. They're just gonna beat me.
We're gonna fire them out of a cannon. It's gonna be awesome. But for these units here, I just want to talk a bit about them. Otter Valley has a whole bunch that they're still selling, but they are selling quick, so you might want to grab one. In this case, two. I wanted to get two for a very specific reason. Because it looks way better like this. Actually, that's normally how they ran. Typically with Ontario Northland, they had a number of different numbers and there are a number of different paint schemes, most of which, if not all, are available. The Chevron, which is one of my favorites, it's a little bit more modern, not super modern, but it's modern enough that I can get away with it. They also have the green livery. I think they call it a livery. No, sorry, progressive, green progressive. That was introduced really early, and it was not really a favorite. Where's my years? I have like a whole bunch of. It was in 1968 actually that the green and white that was painted, and no one really liked it. So then they had painted it the gold and the green. And let's see, between 1951 to 1953, GM sold about 22 of these FP7 units to Ontario Northland. At that point, most of them got either the green and white or the green and gold at that point. In 1980, some actually were sold over to Go Transit, which kind of works for my layout too, right? So Go Transit actually ran some of these, and they were Ontario Northland. And then there was about 4 of them that were repainted past this, which aren't available. They were turned into the Northlander train, which is a really nice train, but different paint scheme, a little different. And they were also used on a mixed train for the Polar Bear Express, or the Polar Bear. Well, it's a Polar Bear mixed train, which would carry about 16 freight cars. 5 passenger cars, a caboose, a refrigerator car, and a flat car with a refrigerator box on it, for refrigeration purposes, obviously. And the reason why they ran it like this is obviously these might be going around in circles, right? But in the real world, everything is end to end. So instead of them going on a turntable and turning around to go back the other way, they just go from the front of the car to the back of the car, and then they go back the other way to wherever it is that they need to go to, which is fun. Knowledge is power.
Just to cut in, Mark, why don't you put that in dark mode? Might fix your problem.
So how you do that?
That's a great question. I think
Dark mode.
no, it's through YouTube has a theme itself.
I wouldn't even know. I know how to change it on a whatchamacallit, a phone, but not.
No, I'm not. I don't know offhand. I've done it, but I just don't remember how.
But they sound great. They run
Yeah, they're
great.
nice. Sorry.
That's okay. Well, you've seen the video, right?
Yeah,
So-
yeah, I you know, and it's like it's the little things like like I grew up with like the F7s and F9s from like Lifelike, right? You know,
Yeah,
everybody
Tyco,
had those,
yep.
Tyco,
Mhm.
you know, and so it's nice to see the shorter couplers at the back, and all the extra roof detail, the grab iron, stuff like that. Like it's
Etched metal.
the
right
etched
there.
metal, like
Yeah.
it does look amazing. I watched your video yesterday or last night, and you know, it looks even better in person. And I'm not a huge like F unit fan, you know, but
I don't know if you saw the trucks at all, but did you see
Oh,
the trucks?
that's amazing. And it even had wow, it's got like the
Yeah.
air hoses and stuff. That's sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks excellent.
They really go all out, even on the underside of their trains.
Yeah.
But yeah, and their boxes too. They always have the fanciest boxes. So, and these ones are actually available not just in the Ontario Northland, but also CP with the 5-inch stripes and the 8-inch stripes on the front. Also a Montreal commuter as well. It's a very nice bluish purple, blue and purple. They need some cars for those though. I haven't seen any Montreal commuter cars at all on the market, and they definitely need to make more Ontario Northland coaches and whatnot. We've got the diners that are coming out. They're supposed to be leaving the factory in a week or two, probably with the new Rapido cylindrical hoppers that they've got coming out, or grain hoppers, whatever. But yeah, they're supposed to be leaving next week from China. So probably see those in the new year come January, most likely. Because it usually takes about a month for their container to get here. And I know they're trying to ship a lot of stuff out of the factory before the Chinese New Year, which is early February, if I'm correct.
That sounds right. I should know that.
Early February. Why? How should you? I mean,
My youngest boy is dating a girl from Hong Kong. So
Oh, really?
I
Oh, cool.
celebrate the time.
Oh.
The Chinese New Year.
Nice. But yeah, they want to ship everything out, get everything out of the warehouse before February. So hopefully we're seeing a lot of stuff come January and then March. And of course, in Rapido fashion, we're going to obviously see a newsletter Christmas Day. I mean, we'll probably talk about it on the next show, but Christmas Day, they always send out their famous Christmas Day newsletter so we'll probably go over that in January. So, yeah.
Someone says I think your train crashed.
My train crashed.
I don't think so. Why would
No.
you say his train's crashed?
No, I think they're going right.
It says, Chris, I think your train's crashed.
I just saw both go by. Yeah, the one's a little slower, but
One is a little bit slower. It's
I have a question for you.
okay. Wait, who? Me?
Both of you.
Okay.
More you because you're HO.
Okay.
here we go.
No, I'm
the
kidding.
segregation.
Atlas couplers on their the rolling stock. This is for everyone viewing too. I've had troubles. I did some operating today with my brother, and the couplers open up, but they don't close.
No, I haven't opened it up, but there's two different types. There's the one with the wires, and then there's one where it's like.
Well, does it split in the middle or does the knuckles come out? You
I
remember?
think it splits in the middle.
I find those. If I remember, I had a lot of problems with them too, and it's because the whiskers would grind up against the box.
Oh yeah.
So you might just have to take the box apart and just kind of clamp the little tabs a little bit. I don't know if that's the same thing I was thinking about. It's been a hot minute, so don't trade.
Or swap for keys.
Don't take it.
Because everybody does.
Yeah.
That.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, you shouldn't have to, but.
Speaking of which, how much would you charge, say, someone dropped off a bunch of old, either one?
For a regular person, it would
To the high
depend. For
bidder.
you, wow, that's good.
Oh, what, to switch over?
Yeah, because again, my brother came over and I had all these, all this rolling stock, and it's like, had the old couplers or broken couplers.
Horn hooks.
Yeah.
I do that stuff without hesitation.
Yeah. Nothing.
I guess it's not cheap to buy the new.
I mean, yeah, you would have to get the couplers, and depending on the actual, there's a whole thing. If you go on the KD or Caddy or whatever KD website, you type in what it is that you have, and then they'll match your car or locomotive to the correct, like a 158 or
Yeah.
137.
They have all sorts of
Mhm.
different numbers with specific things.
Big
Like the
box.
size, the length. I think they even have non-magnetic versus magnetic.
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay.
How powerful the spring is, I want to say, if it's
Jeez.
self-centering. Like there's
That's above my pay grade. That's
158s.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Okay.
I forget what number.
but-
Look, watch my video. I have a video on that.
Yeah?
I do, actually.
All right, I watched it.
Watch it again. Give me all the views.
Like,
Okay, someone wants to know, have you ever custom made or painted any locomotives or cars?
yes.
Must be a new viewer. Must be a new subscriber. This guy.
Oh gosh, no. No, you did it all for me.
Yeah.
I never did. That's one thing. I didn't get into any of the arts or scenery or anything like that on my layout. I did all the track laying and bench work and wiring because that's what I love doing. I love doing wiring. And I just slave labored Chris here into doing everything else.
Well, you had those three box cars.
Yeah,
three box cars, and
Oh, you did a couple things for me.
well,
The box cars, you did the buildings.
There was 2 buildings.
But I thought you did you like repainted some older cheap rolling stock I gave you, and you like gave it a fresh coat of paint.
I can't remember what road name they were, but you wanted the green.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
those were
those
original
three.
CNR.
CNR, and then you wanted them the green CP.
Yeah.
And yeah, I did those for you.
Yeah. I thought there was something else. It was like some old, like it was like Tyco stuff that I converted with the new couplers and better wheels and stuff. But that was like way back in the day when he still lived.
Someone asked earlier in the chat, and I apologize to them. They might be gone now, but they asked if we saw the CP holiday train.
I didn't see it
No,
in person. I saw pictures.
I saw it was coming to Smith Falls at some point
Yesterday,
but I didn't know.
Merrickville, Smith Falls.
Yeah.
Harrison went to some live videos. I watched that. It felt like I was there in person.
I worked. Work's just been crazy busy, so I've been staying late and stuff.
Yeah.
What about you? Have you done any custom painting? I'm just asking. I'm not gonna be a jerk about it. I'm just gonna ask.
No.
No, okay.
The only thing I painted so far is that shed, the local shed.
Which you did an awesome job. So
Thank you.
cut it out. You're making the house look bad. Come on.
Well,
You did an awesome job on that.
Thank you.
You're too modest. You did a legit great job.
My brother's into the painting and stuff.
Hmm.
He actually brought over some little HO figurines and
Can you
like
airbrush?
He
Hairspray?
can. But the little figurines, he just took like a toothpick, I think.
Yeah.
Warhammer?
No.
It wasn't Warhammer?
No.
No? You sure?
HO scale for my layout.
Oh, like actual little people. Oh, okay.
Yes.
I thought you meant Warhammer.
Whatever.
Sorry, that's another conversation for another day. Probably not this channel though. But yeah,
No.
Warhammer. I like you said, I did some custom rolling stock for him. For myself, I've done a couple of locomotives. Like a while ago, I would get the old Walthers F40s, and then I was doing those wraps before Rapido was doing the wraps, and I actually did like the Pepsi one for myself, the Diet Pepsi, which looked really nice in the all white. For Chris, if he's watching, I'm not sure if he's watching Big CW. I did the Talus one for him. I think he was happy with it.
Yeah, I remember that's when I was still around.
And then, of course, like I did like a bunch of Go Transit cars with the custom wraps that I had. One of my friends in the States, he prints decals. So I sent him some measurements, and I did Go Transit wraps for the sides. They're all on my Instagram.
And your older videos.
Oh yeah, you'd have to dig. You'd have to dig.
It was before this layout. He had that just that loop in your garage.
Yeah.
And you showed off a lot with that fancy track work that was pretty terrible.
It was.
And by terrible, it wasn't terrible, but when you were like, here's this, it's stalled. It's stalled again. I was just like, Chris, but that's when we first met.
Yeah, and the thing with that is that like you're progression, right? Like you learn from your mistakes, and
yeah.
then I mean, it only took like 5-6 years to learn those mistakes, but you know, here we are. And I still have power drops, so whatever. That's electrical for you. But yeah,
Just not a good reason why I'm not running trains right now.
Why?
Because of the CN strike.
Yeah,
I'm modeling the CN strike. They're back to work now, but
yeah. Actually,
I'm modeling that era.
you notice that how none of my CN is on the layout. It's all in there. I'm like, you know what? Until they come to an agreement. So, but which I think they did on Tuesday.
They're back to work
Yeah.
now. That's good. Good news.
Yeah.
It's too bad.
Well, who else do we have in the chat?
Training Act TV likes my shirt. Thank you. Chris actually bought it for me.
Exclusive. Not exclusive.
What?
He'll figure. That's how.
Are you gonna buy me like a kid shirt and be like, it's in scale, Dave?
You're ruining my future like jokes. Oh,
Dude,
man.
it's fine.
Okay.
I'll forget.
They'll
I'll forget this, and then you'll do it. We'll be like,
I'm gonna get them to make a little small repeato. Would I go to those lengths though?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. Do we have any questions? Is there any questions that you guys might have for either of these dudes in regards to trains?
Well, this Missouri Rail fan, Missouri and Frisco River Railroad. Every live show, he bugs you to buy a steam engine.
Do it.
Steam locomotive.
Let me tell you, if I
Will Hudson.
He's not giving out
That's
this
it.
guy.
That's the thing. That's probably the one locomotive that is steam that I
Gorgeous.
would have bought,
Yeah.
and I didn't even buy it. It's so far out of my.
Yeah, that's the hard
Scope.
part, right? It's such a jump, and unless you end up doing like what I had planned to do was like, a museum, random, but
Well, you see, there is Ontario Northland steam locomotives. I've never seen any done by any manufacturer for the obvious reason of
popularity.
Yeah, it's out there, but they have a heritage unit, which is I can't remember if it's like the number, like if it's a 28 something whatever, but it's in it's out the front of one of their stations, which is totally lost in my mind right now, and it's under a tarp thing and it's on display, which I would totally get a steam locomotive just to put on display to add that realism to my layout, just to say, okay, well, that's a possibility, like that ran here at one time, but now it's retired. And I wouldn't even feel bad getting a DC version of that because it's not connected to the rest of the layout. I wouldn't pull it out. It's just for display purposes. So it's not completely.
I'm just gonna block him next time.
I mean, he seems like a nice guy, though. He wants to see some steam. I mean, we're going N scale, and that's more unbelievable than me getting a steam look. So
I don't deserve this chat, all right? I don't deserve this. But thank you, by the way, Dave. Great name, by the way. Dave BNSF N scale asks a question. Let me just head this one, guys. I think I've got the expertise in this.
Well, it's past 9 o'clock, so that's
this is an Atlas GP40.
-2.
Is it a -2?
Yeah.
It didn't say it was a -2.
Should be.
Is it?
Yeah.
What's the difference? Because I don't remember.
Ooh, I want to say it's the cab.
Is it the cab or is it what is
Or
it? Dynamic brakes
yeah,
and stuff.
the dynamic.
I don't know. Anyways, it's a GP40, number 4010. Right now it is DC, but it is DCC ready. And I've got to admit, I'm pretty impressed with the level of detail coming back to, I mean, I've always saw N scale, but I never, looked at it and picked it up because I've never known anybody in N scale. And you go to a train show, you're not exactly just going to fondle all their stuff. So,
you don't?
Oh,
I thought that's.
Am I the only one who can control himself? Anyway,
and that's how
I'm
our
pretty
show went
impressed.
18+.
Banned. Anyways, yes, Atlas GP40, possibly -2.
Atlas makes really they're probably one of my top 3 favorite brands, regardless of scale. Here, this is like across the board because I've had N scale GP40s before. If you guys remember that dark period, where I went to N scale for like a week, and I had 3 Ontario Northland GP40-2s, and they were awesome. They ran really well. They're really smooth. They've got a good amount of weight to them, and I don't feel bad sticking a couple together to pull some extra cars. You know,
That's the one thing I like about the scale distance, right? Is like, you know, on a normal layout, like, well, I'm just going to use mine for an example because I don't know your measurements, but you know what the max trains we used to run is what, 8 cars, I think. I put a soft limit on 8-9 cars when we did our ops sessions.
yes, yeah.
And you know, with this, obviously I'm limited for space as well, but it looks a little better if you have, you know, 10, 15, 20 cars, or you do decide to have multiple units. It looks a little better having multiple units and, you know, say 20 cars behind it than multiple units and, you know, 5.
Yeah, because we were saying earlier, it's about 2 of these cars.
Yeah,
2.5.
I mean, HO's 1 to 87, and is 1 to 160, I believe. So it's close, right? Like when you look at it, it's close to about half.
So you're getting basically double the amount, maybe even more in some cases where you can run more at one time. But even rolling stock as well, like Atlas has done a lot of really good rolling stock box cars, locomotives.
Yeah, and they offer the train line kind of tier, which is on the more inexpensive side, but it's still decent. I mean, obviously some of the detail isn't there because of the expense cut, but I had quite a bit of those, and they ran great. You know, they did come with those splitting couplers, which I also had problems with, and hence replaced all of them off my layout. But I mean, that's just kind of more personal preference. And
does yours have sound?
No, I've been listening. Oh my god! See,
I don't.
He hears N scale and tunes everything after that out.
It's DCC ready.
It's DCC ready.
Okay.
I'm probably not going to head up sound for quite a while. It's just not a priority to me. And honestly, making those op session videos with the cheesy music, like DMR free music or whatever, was the best. So I you know, for now it's just going to be DCC because I already splurged on the Digitrax, of course, which is also DC compatible, which is great. And then go from there.
Do you plan on adding decoders or sound?
Oh yeah, like down the road, of course. Like right now, I'll put in the budget decoders just to get them DCC going. But ultimately, as I kind of get a little more situated in the scale, that will change and I will upgrade.
Cool. I'm gonna check my notes here because I've got lots of notes, and I find that I either have too much information or not enough. I mean,
in this case, the page is just full of N scale sucks.
I just put that. Boo. Okay. Oh yeah. So after literally if you remember our last month's show where he was a train conductor and I was, who are they saying? Oscar the Grouch? Frankenstein's
monster.
Literally the next day, I drove all the way out to Barrie, Ontario, and I was helping Canadian Railroader 11 with his layout. We had a really good time. It was like 90% of the day, it was literally making fun of each other. And there was pizza. For some reason, he puts pineapple on his pizza. I lost a lot of respect for him.
Is he an N-scaler?
No, he was still so that redeemed it, right? And then he pulled out the Tellus, and I was like, yes, because he has the F40 Tellus. And so we managed to get a lot of work done. We reshaped the outside of his layout because he's like literally dog bone shape. No problem. We got the first outer rim of cork down, which was a really huge 36-degree radius.
Wow.
And then we got an inner radius done of, I want to say it was 34, in and around 34. I think it was 34 or 30.
That's good.
33 and a half, something like that. And then another inside loop of cork as well, because he ran out of switches. So we managed to get at least two full loops going. So he's able to run multiple trains, and he was very, thankful for that. And I don't know, is he even watching right now? Is Brian watching?
Yes. Sorry.
Brian.
You mentioned a chainsaw. What's that about?
Yeah. Okay. So
Jeez.
we had some wood sticking out because we had to relocate the corners to the inside. It's very hard to explain in person. I'm not very good at that in general. But so we had, I think they were bigger than 2x4, but they were sticking out, and we had to cut them. And the jigsaw that we had was not. I mean, it should have really been a circular saw that we used, but the circular saw, trying to get it up in a weird angle, would not really cut it. So then we're like, well, what else do you have that can cut the wood? And he's like, well, I got a chainsaw. I'm like, let's do this thing.
Oh my God.
There was a fire. Yeah, it was great.
Oh God, you're not coming over to help.
No video.
No. Where's the video?
I mean, he's he doesn't like filming all that much, but it was mostly a work day. You go, you work, eat some pizza, criticize each other. It was awesome. And he was a gracious host, and he still wants me to come back and do some more. So we're gonna work that out, and hopefully I can come out and give him another hand. Oh,
he says Brian did ask a while ago how are you going to paint your rock face?
Already did.
I didn't want to spoil it, but yeah, it looks good. It looks really good.
Oh, thank you.
I'm looking at this video that shows us how you did that.
I got some extra rocks, so I'll do a video tutorial. Actually, technically, I have an old video because when my layout was over here on this side of the room, I took plaster cloth, did the plaster cloth, and then I took actual plaster, and I would put clumps of it up against it, and then I would let it sit for like 8 hours. And then basically I come home from work, and it's at that point where it's like, it's not hard, but it's not, like wet. I don't know. Would you call it wet? It's not really wet. It's like
tacky.
Yeah, it's not really tacky. I mean, like it's still like fresh on there, but like kind of getting harder. Anyways, so it's had at least 8 hours to sit. So I was able to scrape away and, shape it a little bit and whatnot. And then once it dries completely, I gave it like 3-4 days. I would do my coloring, but that was like an old video. So this year, where Brian actually made me molds of rocks, and I basically put them in and whatnot, used the sculpt a mold around it. I use the same coloring method where I do the yellow ochre, so cheetah print, right? They say do the cheetah print. No, you don't do the whole thing in the yellow.
Yeah.
And then burnt umber. It's either burnt umber or burnt sienna. I think it's burnt umber though. Then you kind of fill that in a bit. And then you go over the whole thing with a black wash. Everything, I always water down my colors a lot. And then, you coat the whole thing, and then away you go. Bob's your uncle. And I guess it turns out how it turns out. It's always different, no matter how you do it. He thinks it looks good, so I'll take his word for it, I guess.
And there's nothing wrong with pineapple on pizza. It's not my go-to, but there's nothing, just like there's nothing wrong with M-scale.
Dave, you already ran out of strikes.
Listen, exactly. I might as well just go full.
At this point, you're just digging a hole, man.
Steer into the skid, right? Like, what's that? Lean into it? I don't know.
Lean into the skid.
Are you reading Greg's comments? He has the best comments. He said Dave should build his M-scale layout on the back of that sweet car of his.
Oh yeah. That's still running. That's a beast. Actually, it runs mint. I need to do some work on it still. It's got one heck of a gangster lean, but
I thought the coolest thing was when you had a tape auxiliary into an 8-track.
Oh my god,
a CD
that was
player.
terrible. I would not recommend. No, it went 8-track to cassette to auxiliary, and I'm telling you, the audio quality was terrible. I have an FM transmitter in there now, which is amazing and it works great. And actually, the speakers, considering it's over 40 years old now, is mint. But gosh, the two adapters just would not recommend. Yeah, that's exactly.
Did you ever?
And sometimes it would flicker in like side to side, so it'd be like.
Did you ever get the dice?
No, I never got the dice.
It's not perfect.
Maybe next year.
You need the fuzzy dice.
We'll road trip in it. Mark can just sleep in the back, stretched out completely. All right. And we'll just drive to some train show or something.
We're taking a show on the road.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Also, Greg mentioned that there's a Markland Northlander on
eBay.
Yeah, I've been eyeballing it for like quite some time. $1,000 is like.
You don't need that for anything else. Just do it.
Isn't Markland like?
Yeah.
Yeah, there was only 5,000 made, so I don't really understand why it should be that high. I mean, I know not
$1,000 really? On eBay?
Oh yeah. And actually, they marked it down. It was 1,200. Now it's 1,000. Let me know when it's like $600-700, and I'll be like, okay, I'll consider it. But like, yeah, I don't know, $1,000 for like a DC train.
Is it brand new?
Yeah, like new in box, new old stock, maybe?
They said that like there's windows that you have to glue back in place, and there's a few other things here and there. So I think it might have been out of the package, used a couple of times, lived its life, and now it's kind of like, well, you know.
Yeah.
That or a turbo train. Like, I'm really glad that Justin and Dennis actually found extra parts for their cars. Now they can actually run their turbo train, which is awesome. I'm sure they're in the chat here somewhere as well. I want to see more of that turbo train. I want to see it on this layout, because if it works here, then I would definitely invest in one. But without knowing, right? Same thing with the LRC cars. I was very skeptical about ordering new LRC cars. And then you brought your old ones over. And I'm very convinced now, after seeing the old ones run on the layout really well, that I feel comfortable buying the new ones when they come out, which is like, I don't know. It keeps getting pushed back. I told you it got pushed back, right?
What is that?
Yes.
Greg said $550. There you go, man. You just said.
Where?
I don't know. Greg said $550.
He called you dude. I think he's talking to you. Dude, $550, buy it now.
Yeah.
How to go from 1,000 to 550?
Is it a Boxing Day? It's a Boxing Day sale. Here we go.
Do you want me the devil? I'll be the angel, or vice versa?
I'm good at being a pusher. He already hates me.
Okay,
don't do it. You just bought these two things here.
Do it.
Don't. You shouldn't.
No.
You bought this here.
But man, where are you gonna find another one?
It's eBay. It'll pop up.
No one.
There are better things you can buy.
Like what?
Yeah, that one.
Like what? Other trade stuff?
Which is what it would go to anyway.
Yeah.
Nothing.
It's a losing battle, man. Come on. That's why I took the high ground.
What doesn't work though? What if you buy it? You're all excited. It doesn't work. It's DC.
That's a solid one, and it's
DC.
And it's German. You put it on, it'll just go up in flames because it's like reverse polarity or something.
Unless it's clearly a collector's item. I'm just gonna put in this little showcase here of yours. But
actually, true story. I had a Markland locomotive when I was a kid, and it was the one with the catenary or whatever it's called. It actually picked up from like the overhead wires.
Oh, okay.
Anyways, it was nicknamed Sparker because you put it on the track, and I mean, it sparked. And looking back, I'm like, wow, we definitely could have burned down the entire house, like 100%. Okay, but as a kid, you're like, go Sparker, go, and it wouldn't move. It would just spark, and it'd like click. Right, the motor wouldn't actually go, but
that one up there does that. But you know how the thing is older than me though.
We could fix it.
I mean, I don't. It's at that point. It's past its prime. Blue box.
Ooh, nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's everybody saying in the chat?
That you should buy it.
You don't want to know.
Do it.
Greg sent you the link to the.
Oh, is that because I saw Greg message me there, and
yeah, he's like, dude, Greg knows what's good.
Greg, you're a bad influence.
Nah, I like
excellent.
your style. I feel you.
Canadian Proud 67 saying you bought a BC Rail locomotive for $24 at Panther Hobby.
Oh, nice.
Oh, wow.
Panther. See, like I was telling you about Panther because they've got a lot of end scale stuff.
Speaking of pushers, this guy's like, dude, we'll just drive to Toronto. We'll hit all the hobby shops. We'll get everything for your load. I'm like, dude, no, my wallet's dead. I'm like,
there's so much. There's
and he just keeps talking about it. He's like, so when do you want to go? I'm like, I don't know, man. We need to build it first. Build it and they'll come, you know?
Yeah, but
build it. They will come. I hope we don't get copy strike for that.
No, we're good because we were. Yeah, he was singing like Post Malone last time, or Baby Shark. You were singing Baby Shark, weren't you?
What's that?
I think so.
Oh, I'm gonna have to go back.
We're
and
gonna
watch
get
that.
flagged
I
now
missed
because
that.
of that.
Ah,
And we were also planning on having the Wiggles on here, but we can't do that now
Yeah.
either. So, well, either way, you guys want to see some trains run?
You
Possibly.
should show the rock face that you painted.
Yeah,
you
Yeah.
should.
should do a lot of things. Okay.
Like
Oh.
buy that train off eBay.
Yeah, like buy that train off
Sorry,
eBay.
9:30.
You know what would look really good in front of that rock wall?
The train off eBay.
Ontario Northlander train.
Craig says hashtag sorry Stephanie.
That's okay. I don't think she's watching anyway. She's too tired. She had a long day. Work. But yeah. Oh yeah, she would definitely kill him because, saying the yes. This is like the worst time of year for buying train stuff and all that because of the fact that Christmas is like right around the corner.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it's terrible.
it really is. I'm gonna see. So the way I normally do it. Oh, by the way, I'm gonna move the camera. It's gonna get a little shaky, so we're gonna
Close
take
your
a
eyes.
trip around the layout. I got a couple of things to show you guys. Yeah. What I have to do is I'm gonna take the camera.
Mhm.
The cable is,
Longish.
it has a good, but you might have to pass me the
Close your
laptop.
eyes.
Do we like pick up the laptop or not?
Yes.
How's
Hopefully.
the battery life on this?
It's plugged in. It has to be plugged in.
Okay, so battery
So it's
life
like-
terrible, non-existent.
what
All
battery
right,
life?
I understand.
Ugh.
Say no more.
Okay. Almost there. Ugh. It worked. Okay. Oh, good. Okay. So this is basically it here. Yeah, like I said, it's kind of a process. You can't really tell because there's at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's about 7 or 8 different rock faces here, and they've all been more or less molded together thanks to the handy dandy Sculptamold, which if you've never used Sculptamold before, it's a lifesaver. It's definitely a lifesaver. And yeah, just basically, where's a good area? So that's a rock face here, and that's a rock face here. But when you fill it in with the Sculptamold in the middle and along the bottom, you can't really tell, right? Because it all looks like one rock once it dries. Hopefully my explanation doesn't suck and you totally get what I'm saying. But yeah, I still got all the way down here to go. Still lots to do. But I painted it brown the other day. So it's ready for turf. And here, very exciting, I'm going to have water, fake water. So there's that. And I still have to get a backdrop for here. It's going to go all the way around. But yeah, hopefully it looks okay. I mean, I'm very, when it comes to doing work like this, you're very skeptical about your own work. Sorry to say, but yeah. But the cool part about this is that this is all like this. There's a line here. It's totally separate. So I can remove this module here. Like this is just a module. I can take it apart. I'd have to snip the tracks still. Right now all the tracks are all one piece. But if I was to snip the tracks, undo the bolt, this would lift out and it wouldn't really affect the scenery at all. So kind of proud about that. Yeah. As for anything else that's been going on, geez, I don't even know.
Looks amazing. Looks great.
Kind of want to see if I can get a train to go this way, but it's like, I wonder how I can do that. Hey, Dave, if you go back there,
I'm old in my 28 days, 28 years.
if you're quick enough,
Yeah.
throw the switch so it comes closer to you.
Hold on, we're gonna...
So it goes
Oh,
down
right
this.
here? Yep.
Yeah. So it'll come down that way. Okay, good, good. And that's set there, so that's going to go out that way. And then I'm going to just do this here. That'll go that way. And that's going to go that way, and that's not good. I don't want to do that. But I do want it to go that way. So I'm going to go like that. It's still over there, so we still got time.
Yeah.
I want you to follow that line there. It's going to go along the box cars.
Second guy, yeah.
Yeah. So I haven't really labeled anything yet, which is okay. It's not terrible. But do you have the throttle over there? Should be, oh, look underneath. Yeah.
Yep.
So you can actually slow down the via there. Hopefully this doesn't derail at all, because I don't normally take these long cars this way. But we'll check to see how this works.
Brian says add some brown and a hint of green for moss.
Moss.
That's a good idea.
I did kind of want to do like a touch of gray.
David says put some bighorn sheep on the top of those rocks.
I'll definitely add some wildlife eventually. I do want to make like a lot of bush there. This is where the whole thing breaks. Yeah, so it's a longer car, right?
Yeah.
I'm surprised it's gotten this far. I'm thrilled right now. You have no idea how thrilled I am.
How thrilled are you?
Very. I don't remember cleaning that track, so this will either work or it won't work. I give my main line the once over a couple times a month or so, and just to keep things clean. But you get to the point where you have so much track that it's hard to keep track of your track and all the cleaning.
Long says, wow, you could have modeled all of Ontario if you had N scale.
Oh,
I mean, probably. There's a really good chance. Can you speed up the 6411?
Yep.
Thanks. You're clear for station. Dave is hard at work playing with HO scale trains. Oh,
that wasn't me. But that's what you get. You want
why?
a nudge?
Yeah, might need a nudge.
I feel like if it was N scale, it wouldn't need.
See that whole section there isn't totally wired the best? You might need a bigger push, yeah.
These guys, wood?
Lumber?
Yeah. Which is, well, because there's the bulkhead, like these are bulkheads with the center beams, though. Why the center beams? Because without the center beams, they're lumber, a lot of lumber. With the center beams, change it up, don't they?
I mean, there's those lumber cars down there. You see those ones?
Yeah.
Can you switch this one so it goes to the second line? Oh wait, does it? No, it won't. You'll have to do it. Okay. You'll have to do it on your end there.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll wait till this goes past.
And then we'll just go back to regular.
I like the Pico built-in springs.
Yeah, I kept them in there just for now.
Well, it makes stuff like when you're at this stage, it just makes it so much easier.
Yeah. Now, normally this would be like, we could do an operation this way where if you're running that side, I'd run this side, and then you could run the front, which technically eventually we're going to do.
Yeah. Season 3.
Season
3. We'll just have that cheesy music in the background playing at it.
So Canadian Proud wants to know when the After Dark episodes are. It's every last Thursday of the month, 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern.
Unless otherwise noted.
Yeah.
So, for example, what those last month we had to do it a week early
Because of Halloween.
because of Halloween, and then we're gonna do it a week early
Because of Christmas, yeah.
yeah.
Boxing Day, right?
So the next one is the 19th of December, and this might be the last time you see Dave. Get a good look. No witnesses.
Had a good run.
Hopefully the weather's okay that day. You never know, eh?
Yeah.
It could be a snowstorm. It could be dry as...
Yeah, yeah.
Honestly, yeah. We GVO snowed in, right? New concept for promo. I definitely need to do more scenery, but it's such a lengthy process, let me tell you.
Well, and the problem is too, it's like as soon as you start like ballasting or doing stuff like that,
Mhm.
if the track isn't like 100%,
Perfect.
yeah, you're boned.
Time well wasted. There's that, and then like there's the whole thing where, well, you can't do this area here until that area over there is done, you know, and you need to know where this is gonna, you know.
Yep.
But yeah, definitely trial and error with your trains, and they say to run your worst trains to find out where all your problem spots are. But when you have all rapidos, it's kind of hard to run your worst train. I'm just saying, don't hate, because you know, rapidos. I mean, I could run like that one that's up on the wall there. It's the little sparking custom Go train that I did. That was my first custom painted unit, and it looks like garbage. The shell comes off. It doesn't even light up.
Dude, it doesn't. It looked like all the other ones he did.
Oh,
I'm just kidding. I hit the shots.
rough.
Greg's saying for our Christmas show we should give away the Markland Nordlander.
There's gonna be like 50 names in the hat. They're all gonna be Chris's.
I'd still lose. To be honest with you, I would still lose. When it comes to luck, I've got none. They should sell luck in a can.
That's a sick shot.
I got the scrapyard is being set up there too with all the gondolas.
Are these covers removable?
Yes. Go ahead and you can remove it.
Like it just.
Oh yeah,
Oh, it's just. They're weighted.
they're 3D printed as well, or
Is that
casted.
right?
Sorry, I think they're casted.
That's quite nice. I like that. I like that they've got some weight to them as well. It was just like when I had my CP ones, they had the inserts, the scrap inserts.
Yep.
Those were quite weighted as well.
We back in season 1, because I can say that now. we highlighted those. Yeah, there's like I've got a whole bunch. I think I have 13 or 14 cars total. So I had to get caps for all of them just in case. Because you can't have too many caps. If you want to switch it out and run a different train, by all means.
I'll have to go soon. It's getting on.
Yeah.
It's getting to be after dark.
9:45.
Oh shoot! Really?
Yeah.
I mean, we could probably wrap things up because we're going to be back here in 3 weeks, hopefully, weather permitting.
Still have 20 people in the chat though.
And that's an Athearn.
I know.
Yeah.
I recognize.
Smooth. Super smooth. Except for over there, but that's the track. That was the track's fault. Although I should give those wheels a good cleaning because I use this one a lot. It's one of my favorites. So.
I think Canadian Pride wants to know where you got that photo, the ONR photo.
That one up there.
So the ONR thing in your wall.
That one was actually, I got that on eBay. The one thing that I didn't like about it, it's labeled. That one's labeled as a GP7. It's actually a GP9 that they had, and that one there is labeled as a GP40, which should be technically a GP38. Yeah, I didn't like that. They got the FP7 and the GP. Well, no, the GP7. It should be a GP9, but yeah. I mean, nothing's perfect, but I got it off eBay. It's for the look, you know. You don't see a lot of VIA or Ontario Northland stuff like that. Actually, technically, I got that off eBay as well. I got 2 of them, and I ended up giving one to M&M Rails because I don't need 2, and I don't think my wife would let me hang it on a car because it's a license plate cover or whatever thing for the
left too.
That there I got at a train show, the Smith Falls train show.
Oh, yeah?
Literally, they had absolutely nothing, but they had a bunch of these signs, and I managed to find one that was Ontario Northland.
We went to that one together, I think.
We did. This wasn't the one though. That might have been. No, you're thinking of Kingston.
I don't know. We went to a couple. And you bought signs.
Yeah. But I think, yeah, okay, maybe that was it then. I don't know, it's so hard to remember. And also in the gift shop, they had those railroad signs. So, you know, it's metal, which is cool. So every train room should have the railroad crossing sign.
My wife custom made mine.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's wooden. It's for the like the road crossing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You still have that clock?
Yeah. Mark, I don't know if you need this. So my sister buys me this clock, right? And it's a line L one. So I actually have like a sitting one, and every hour a little magnetic train goes around the track. So she buys me this wall mount one. And what happens is when it detects light every hour, it choo-choos around, right? Which is fine. Except it's so loud. And every time I'd be working on the train, the thing goes off, and it scares me. And so I used to wait until Chris came over, and I'd take the tape off the sensor because I used to tape it so it wouldn't go off. And we'd be running trains and thing, and I had to cut out a couple videos where it's just like, ah!
It literally got me every single time.
It got us every time. And it wouldn't hold time, so you couldn't depend on it every hour. It'd be like a minute or two slow or something, or you know. So like, but it would look like it's like accurate. So you'd be like, "Here it comes," Oh, 7 o'clock. I guess it's good. She's like,
Yeah, it was full on. The thing was like it needs a volume switch for sure.
oh yeah. I mean, for all I know, it has one. I just didn't find it. I don't think I ever looked.
But yeah. So again, for those who kind of joined in a little bit late, we do have an email set up now. Questions, comments. If you just want to say hey, it's GVO After Dark, all one word, obviously, at hotmail.com. Definitely feel free to drop us a line. We can read your letter on the air, give you a shout out, and we'll talk trains. Next month, we're doing the live show on the 19th as opposed to the 26th, obviously because of Christmas. We definitely want to hear what's on your wish list, so you can always email us, tell us what's on your wish list, and yeah, should be a good time. What do you think?
Can't wait.
Yeah,
It's my favorite time of the year.
are we gonna wear ugly sweaters?
Ooh,
Ugly
pretty warm down
Christmas
here,
sweater.
though. I don't know.
Yeah, it's because I had the heat on prior.
Okay.
Normally it's an ice box down here, but I try to keep the. You're on camera. Blowing it up.
Yeah. You're welcome.
Drop me a like. But yeah, next month we're gonna do the Christmas special, and we're gonna talk trains again. And yeah, I hope everybody had a good time. Thanks, Dave, for coming out.
Thanks for having me, everybody.
And we might see you again.
If they don't kill me off. No guarantees.
It's a pretty big if, but
yeah.
But we do appreciate the help, and we're gonna definitely see some more N scale stuff from you.
You guys definitely needed the help.
Yeah, I definitely agree. So until next time, I'm go via or go home.
M&M Rails.
Dave 88.
See ya after dark. I don't know. I thought I was gonna have something, but I didn't. See you after dark.